Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We'll leave this in. Y'all will love the chord right away. Now, Beast has taken Dokkan completely by storm, right? He's obviously just the best character. I mean, I don't want to say ever, but like I'm probably gonna say ever, man. Like he's just like that, right? Now the Gammas are kind of like, just also a part 2 LR character, and I do think that the Gammas are very good. Now, like when I do these initial, I've always done it this way. People were mad at me for not using Gogeta with Broly in the initial couple of videos, but I literally have done it like this since the beginning of me doing videos on these characters, right? Like I'll separate kind of like the main LRs to see how they perform on their own, right? Even if it's like last year, like the GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, right? So, like, I want to see the merits of the Gammas on their own. So, throughout these videos, we will not be using Beast Gohan in, the initial wave of Gamma videos, right? We'll do a long video, of course, where Beast will be there, and, the Gammas will be in Beast. But, I mean, the one good thing, with Beast overshadowing them, the units do work perfectly together. I mean, they're both on superheroes. The Gammas are, one of the strongest supports in the game, right? Like, they are perfect together. The Gammas on the team buffing Beast. So that's really good, right? Like, I'm not really so against what they did with the Gammas, as kind of like the part 2 LR. And even though they are just cataclysmically overshadowed by Beast Gohan, I do think that the Gammas are exceptional. I think that they are very, very good. So I'm definitely looking forward to, getting them awakened to LR, and then we'll test them out. Obviously, we're using them here at 55%, and we're going to see how powerful the Gammas are. Remember that the Gammas were bugged initially, but that has since been fixed, right? So we will do the Core Breaker, and then Gamma 1 will do kind of like his expected damage, not like the bug damage. So we got them awakened. Let's see how good they are. The Gammas definitely, I think are, in top 10 territory, but I'm just not really too sure where exactly. Remember that, obviously anniversary time, we've had huge shakeups. We've had 3 earth-shattering EZA characters: Broly, Chila, and Lemo, UI Goku, Blue Kaioken, Evolution, Blue Vegeta. We've had obviously the 4 anniversary LRs. It's just craziness right now. So we're going to take our time. We're going to do a ton of videos over the next couple of days and, try and see a lot of these characters, different situations, see how things have evolved and changed with all these anniversary characters being here now. Alright guys, we are over here in the Supreme Battle Spectacle. We're fighting the God Goku. I figured that this would actually be a pretty good stage to kind of test it out. Some people said they didn't like Red Zone Cell anymore. So I think maybe Supreme Battle Spectacle God Goku. This is a really good showcase fight because the God Goku phase is immortal. Literally, unless he's getting hit by tech characters. It's crazy, right? Okay, so, I mean, this is an interesting way to start this video off here. So, we did, believe it or not, it was actually Gamma 1 on turn 1 that took that damage. He got supered, even though he had type, he got supered, took that damage. So, the Gammas, as you guys can see, we can do their standby. They have 2 separate conditions. We could do either one, right? So, it's either HP under 70%, which we have right now, or if they do 3 attacks in battle, we can go ahead and jump into their standby. I guess we'll just do this. I mean, this is the thing about both the Gammas and Beast Gohan, by the way, that's so good. Their strongest abilities have such easy conditions, which is what we've been pleading, begging Dokkan for, man. Give us the good voice acting, the good animations, the really good power easily, because it's more fun. All right, so we're in the standby mode. So the number one thing about the Gammas I should mention is that they are an exceptional support type character, right? The LR Gammas, they give superheroes, join forces, or Defender of Justice category allies 3 key 50% attack and defense. And they have a lot of damage reduction in pretty much every phase, which essentially makes them a must run, is what the Gammas are. All right, I would say that they're like a must run, right? They're really, really good. Now, again, it's kind of weird that we're going to look at the standby first, but my Gammas were in slot 7, so we'll just look at their normal, like, state next turn. Okay, so right now this is kind of like the standby mode. I mean, it's basically just Gamma 1 solo until we drop the standby. So Gamma 1 right here is getting 6 key, 250% attack and defense, and he has 50% damage reduction, obviously very good. He gets 50% attack and defense when attacking, we like that. We talked about the support. He gets a 30% chance to crit and an additional super, up to 2 additional supers within the turn per int key sphere obtained. Now notice we don't have any int key spheres on the field. So then we go to the secondary one, which is 12% chance to crit and an additional that is a 70% chance to be a super, up to 2 additionals per turn per AGL or STR key sphere. I do kind of like the design for the Gammas. I think it's pretty good. Maybe they might need like an orb changer or two. Like this is why like I'm really gonna need to do like a long video, I think, to kind of like really determine how much I do like really like the Gammas, because like I want to see like just how often for me like why did I not like LR Ultimate Gohan? Because he would always just give me normals. He struggled for ki, right? Like these were real issues I wasn't making up that I had with the character, made me not like him. I want to see like see like that is gonna, you know. Okay, the second one we do get. The good thing though is that most characters aren't like LR Ultimate Gohan, where like LR Ultimate Gohan needs the super attack. Normals don't do anything for him. The Gammas, it's not like that. But the attacks is mainly important in their base form, right? Because they have the 2 conditions, either under 70% HP or do 3 attacks. Also, in their base form, they only get their damage reduction once they've done 3 attacks in their base form. So it's pretty crucial that you get as many attacks as you can, so you need those orbs. But the thing is if you are stuck with AGL or STR orbs, it's okay if you get normals with them, because you're still building towards their standby, which is the most important thing, right? Is there anything else to mention? Oh, I guess, so Gamma 1, right, like the LR Gamma 1, his 18 key super, he got 50% attack and defense, med class will damage the enemy, but then he raised super class allies defense by 50% for the turn. So he was giving extra defense to Gamma 2 and then LR Gogeta, which is good. All right, so now we have my Gammas. All right, and again, I mean, we're kind of no int key spheres yet. I mean, you know, it is what it is. We do have 2 AGL orbs right there for us, which we can go ahead and hit. I see no reason not to do this. So, I mean, it's fine, because it's still going to guaranteed get us what we want, which is the standby and the damage reduction. So, in base, they're a little bit different than they are once the standby happens. So we're getting 3 key, 125% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then another 3 key and 125% attack and defense with HP's 30% or more. We have the support, which they have in all 3 forms they have. Then they get it's a 30% chance to crit, an additional super, you know, per in orb. That ability is the same. They have the same AGL and STR ability. And then they get the additional 50% attack and defense and 30% damage reduction when they do their 3rd attack in battle. That's the thing that's very valuable about the standby mode, is that Gamma 1 then just has 50% damage reduction for free, which is very good. Only 6 million right there, huh? I mean, I guess it's not really that big of a deal, because, again, we're going to do a lot of additionals. These attack sets are pretty low, but we do want to keep in mind the support. And again, remember, we have, I think we have 6 links. I didn't look at it, but, well, it was shown. We have 6 links right here? I believe it's 6. So we have 6 links activated, right, with Gamma 1. All right, there's a super attack. This shouldn't be a big deal. Again, we got our damage reduction. They did some supers. Double digits is good. So in this regular mode, we're getting 50% attack and defense on the 18 key, and then 30% attack and defense on the 12 key. Now, oh yes, you know, one thing I love about my boys here, the Gamma's 18 key super is a weapon super attack. I know it's gonna seem impossible to say. I've been talking about it for a year now, but I don't have that title yet. I haven't sat down to grind it. You know, most of my weapon supers, you know, because I already link leveled pretty much all the weapon super characters. Pretty much. I mean, besides kind of like the extra. I'm not gonna get into it. Blah, 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 blah. Most of my weapon supers over the last year, I guess, are coming from like Path to Power, Kid Goku, and LR Bulma and stuff like that. All right, remember Vegito and God Goku are gonna be super important. How much longer can we keep charging the core breaker? We could, right? Should we do that? Nah, I think we just draw. Damn, this is crazy for the Gammas. We can transform twice by their second turn, man. That's really good. Because again, remember this is a character. They have 3 forms. You have your base form. You have the standby while Gamma 2 is charging the core breaker, and then you have just Gamma 1 alone after, you know, Gamma 2 is dead. So, I mean, to be able to get into it that fast is pretty good. So the standby, we are charging up power. I believe it's every single attack that we do by any allies is giving 100% damage or attack to the core breaker. I guess let's just do it. There's no reason not to. I mean, we'll the thing is I do this, and then we'll be able to do the core breaker with the other Gammas next turn. That's why, like, double Gammas is interesting. It's just Beast Gohan is, like, so far and away the best unit in Dokkan history, but I mean, double Gammas is like them Rainbow Link level 10. It's not exactly going to be weak, and especially if you do slide like Orange Piccolo or Beast Gohan in there, to like Gamma 2 can still be an effective character, but I mean, he just needs protection against some of the toxic mechanics, is all. Oh, wow. That hit a lot harder than I was anticipating. Holy shit. Okay. That's 55%. Not bad. So there's the Gamma 2 core breaker. Voice acting really good. That's a great animation. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Now, remember, there was a bug previously, and what it was on the turn where you would pop that, if you didn't kill the enemy, Gamma 1 was shooting out like 80 million attack sets, but again, that has been fixed. That's not a thing that happens anymore. Okay, so now we can just do the core breaker with the second Gammas. Again, there's really no reason not to do it. You definitely do want to do it, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. Again, no int key spheres. We've been pretty unlucky so far in this video, notice. Oh, actually, you know what I should do? I should swap into the Gammas first and get our orbs, because when we transform with Gogeta, he's gonna create more rainbow orbs. If he turns those STR orbs into rainbow, we're cucked. So let's start with the Gammas. Alright, now remember, God Goku is basically immune to damage unless tech characters are hitting him in this phase right here, so that's something to keep in mind. Alright, let's go ahead and hit these orbs. Remember that the Gammas, they do just get the 50% damage reduction at the start of turn now, so he's going to be pretty good for us. Okay, now we can go ahead and swap into Blue Gogeta. Let's do that. Alright, so there's Gogeta. Again, I'm going to be very curious to see the amount of damage we're going to do on this turn, but I don't think it's going to be very crazy. Again, God Goku kinda doesn't play that shit. Like it's impossible to damage this guy unless you have tech characters. It's so crazy. Let me actually look. What is it? 70% extra damage reduction he's got? I think it's like 70% damage reduction, and then he gets like an extra 70% against non-tech type characters or whatever the hell it is. All right, there's that. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So, Supreme Battle Spectacle. I can't find it. I can't find it. My eyes are not working. Got it. Okay. God Goku here. So, he has 65% damage reduction. And then, oh, wow, we're going to get the counter. Oh, wow. There we go. So, God Goku has 65% damage reduction. And then he gets an extra 80% damage reduction against non-tech type characters. So again, this God Goku is like immortal unless we bring tech characters. But I came prepared. I brought LR Vegito Blue, obviously, who will be able to. He should tear through God Goku. But that's the mechanic, by the way, from the like the Shadow Dragon event, right, where they just pop, like they give the boss a bajillion extra damage reduction, you know, to like all types that aren't like super effective. So they're really begging you to bring super effective characters. All right, so now on this turn, we're going to get our first look at, you know, post standby Gamma 1 alone, who is really good. I think this is definitely when they're at their best right here. Oh, this actually works out pretty well for us because, well, I'm going to use up Vegito Blue's orbs, but I guess I don't really care too much. All right, so let's hit this. So we'll be able to get some int orbs. Not as many as we'd like, though. So, now Gamma 1. By the way, link set. I haven't gone over the links yet. Link set is Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So, we do want to run them with the Gammas. Remember that Gamma 1 is going to be significantly more impressive and powerful next to this character than we're used to seeing. It's kind of like MVP 17. If you run him with all of his Android links up, he's still very good against tough bosses. But, like, if you're just kind of, like, using him as, like, a floater or just kind of like a random character on a team without those Android links of his up, MVP 17 can get washed, exploded, just decimated, right? So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so let's go and take a look at what Gamma 1 is doing here. So, 3 key, 150% attack and defense. He gets 15% damage reduction just for free. Then he gets another 3 key, 150% attack and defense, and 15% damage reduction if HP is 30% or more. He gets 50% attack and defense when attacking. He has the same support. Superhero Joint Forces, Defender of Justice, 3 key, 50%. He gets a guaranteed additional super when attacking, which is good. Then he changes AGL key spheres to int key spheres. So now it does become a little bit easier to get those, but now he does really need them. Then Gamma 1, he gets a 20% chance to crit up to 100%, and then 10% damage reduction up to 50% per int or STR key sphere that we get. So right here, Gamma 1 is going to have 60% damage reduction. 30, because we have 15% damage reduction start a turn. We're above 30% HP, so 15% damage reduction. And then we got 3 int orbs, so another bit of damage reduction. So obviously that's all very good, right? So I am really impressed, I think, just with the kit of what just Gamma 1 alone has once you're done. His super attack effects appear to be the same as the standby mode. No, it's not! Oh my god, yeah, dude. Gamma 1 is so crazy. So, super attack effects are mostly the same for Gamma 1 right here. 30% attack and defense on the 12 key, basic but fine. 50% attack and defense on the 18 key. But here's the crazy part. He gives super class allies 50% defense for 2 turns. That shit is busted, busted, busted. That is really good. Being able to do multiple turn support is always really good. Remember, I haven't dusted them off yet, but remember Krillin and Android 18. Like they're another character, right, who it does have the multiple turn support. All right, Vegito Blue, he'll go ahead and tear a few health bars off of God Goku. Although I guess I'm not really in a hurry to kill God Goku, right? We're literally showing off the Gammas. I care more about that than just blowing God Goku's asshole inside out. Haha, nice try, buddy. What are you thinking? All right, we could do this because I guess this could show that the Gammas are not still bugged. No way we'll kill this God Goku with his huge damage reduction against non-tech types. Let's go ahead and drop the second core breaker we have. All right, so there's the core breaker. So now we can go ahead and see what Gamma 1 is going to be up to. All right, this is not bad for us. Because remember, he doesn't need... So in base, well, I guess the first two forms, you really do want int key spheres, right? But here, it's int or STR is fine. So we can hit that. We're going to... So Gamma 1 on this certain... Man, it's crazy. He has a full 100% chance to crit right here. We have a 100% chance to crit. He's at 500k defense. Remember, we're getting 2-turn support from the other Gamma 1. Remember, the Gammas and these Android links, like, link levels are very, very important for these Gamma characters, right? That's kind of maybe one thing. You know, there's a lot of people who don't like link leveling, and I think that's very fair. I mean, link leveling is going to be very monotonous and boring. It makes a ton of sense, but the Gammas, unfortunately, are a character where, like, you're going to gain huge stats from their links. So you really should emphasize grinding up their links. Remember that there is the Superhero and Super Bosses link level event, the Kefla vs. Blue Goku event, which is up right now. So you can use that. So again, remember, Gamma 1 doing his 18 key. He does give the... does give the 2-turn defensive buff to the rotation, which is obviously very good. All right, so we're looking good. Yeah, dude, I like the Gammas. I mean, even at 55%, I feel like they're strong. Like these guys are good. They're going to be very overshadowed by Beast, and I really would say, you know, personally, I would have preferred Cell Max to drop with Beast Gohan, mainly because I really would have liked to have seen a villain LR and, you know, Super Boss's buff. But, like, the Gammas are awesome, man. I really like their animations. I think that they're a great support type unit. Nothing better than Dokkan giving us kick-ass support type units, man. Supports are just the best. All right, I'm not going to worry about Gogeta doing his thing. I mean, we could probably almost just end the video at this point. I feel like we've kind of, like, seen what we need to see from the Gammas. They seem very impressive to me, even at 55%. Remember, I mean, one thing that can be hard, I guess, maybe with showcases for characters like the Gammas, who are an exceptional support character, is it's like, unless I'm really forcing it down your throat, like, oh, remember, Gamma 2 is getting buffed by the LR Gammas. Oh, remember, Gogeta's damage right here is buffed by the Gammas. Like, I feel like people, it kind of leaves people's brain. All right, so we have huge damage reduction right here. Right, so he's 55%. He's at like a million defense with, I can't remember how many int orbs we got, but it was a bunch, right? Gamma 1 can get up to 80% damage reduction. So, I mean, he's a character giving multiple turn support, potentially 80% damage reduction, 100% chance to crit, 50% support to the team, 2-turn, you know, super class defensive support, right? Like, he's busted. Obviously, the LR Gammas are like they're not just busted, they're busted. They're busted, right? The LR Gammas. Okay, so I think maybe we'll do one more turn. Seems like at this point we've kind of gone over everything the Gammas have to offer. We even got to see them do an early standby, which was great, right? You know, turn 2, being able to do that is really good. So I like the Gammas. I'm actually rather impressed with them. Oh, this is awesome. Please, super attack right away. I got Goku. Although, one thing I should mention, this God Goku, I don't think, or excuse me, this Super Saiyan Goku, his damage is not the craziest. Yeah, he only does 1.2 million right here. God Goku actually hits harder than this Super Saiyan Goku. I would love to see the super attack from him. It really, I don't, like Gamma 1 right now, we have 80% damage reduction, dude. Like even at 55%, Beast and the Gammas are crazy. Oh yeah, we have a 100% chance to crit. But Beast and the Gammas are, they're so stupid. And these are characters, because characters now, you know, they're like, well, I mean, these guys at least have so much damage reduction built in, so much crit built in. I feel like you don't feel the loss of dupes as much, right? I think where you could really feel, like, if a character is 55%, is if, like, they don't have crit built in, they don't have super effective against all types built in, they don't have really crazy defensive mechanics, right? Like maybe like 70% dodge or guard or high damage reduction or something. And like you could really feel it. But like the gammas are supporting with huge damage reduction. I mean, once you get to Gamma 1, I mean, of course that is 2 transformations essentially. But once you get to Gamma 1, he has the big crits as well. So yeah, they're just really good. I like the gammas a lot. I think that they're a really great character, and they seem very good, even at 55%. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the details for LR Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Definitely a really fun character, too. I like they're, I mean, I say they're complex. I mean, I guess, yeah, they are complex, because they have 3 different transformations and all these moving parts, but pretty fun, and really, again, quite good. So this is Heroes Shining Brightly. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 / Gamma 1. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I didn't even... It didn't even occur to me that character was named that way. Oh, guys, that's so good. You want to know why that really matters? Because then they can easily just give us a Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 card. And they would link up with it. Oh my God. That's so good, and I didn't even realize. I'm an idiot, man. Damn, that's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right, so it's Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 / Gamma 1. Leader skills, superhero category, 3 key, and 200%. I don't like this. I'm just cutting to the chase. This is the worst part of the character for me. And really, the only thing I really don't like. Why? Dude, did they have that updated already? Yeah, they do. The greatest Dokkan unit in history leads the team, by the way. Like, maybe make them lead a different category, man. And guess what? They're on 500 teams. Dude, if the Gammas, I'll just do this right now. If they let look at Accelerated Battle, man. Like, maybe, like, are they, like, there's no way they could say Accelerated Battle was too good of a leader skill for them to have. They can't say that, because Superhero is the best team in the game. Look at this. This would be, dude, this would be a sick 200%. I don't know why they couldn't have let Accelerated Battle. That's what it should have been. This is an anniversary leader skill. Like, that would have been way better, man, than just Superhero. I hate that they lead Superhero. Like, again, it's great. Like, it's a great team, but it's just so redundant and not necessary. And you are, like, the Gammas are awesome. You are always going to want to run double Gohan Beast. You just are. You just are. So their 12 key super attack is the Victory Combo. They get 30% attack and even for 1 turn. Colossal damage to the enemy. Their 18 key super attack is the Super Gamma Blaster. They get 50% attack and defense and mega colossal damage to the enemy. Passive skill Power of Superheroes. So they get 3 key, 125% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then they get 3 key and 125% attack and defense when HP is 30% or more. They give Superhero, Join Forces, or Defender of Justice category ally 3 key and 50% support. Real quick, one thing to remember about this ability, if you don't have this up, it doesn't really matter, because it means you could just do their standby. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they give the Superhero, Join Forces, or Defender of Justice category ally 3 key, 50% of sats. They get the 30% chance to crit, and the additional super up to 2 super attacks within the turn per int key sphere obtained, and then 12% chance to crit, and additional has a 70% chance to be a super, up to 2 additionals within the turn per EGL or STR key sphere obtained. And then they get 50% attack and defense and 30% damage reduction, in which they do their 3rd attack in battle. Now, I've seen some people put a lot of crit on this character. Makes sense to me, because the standby does not, like Gamma 2's Core Breaker, the only way you're critting on that is from your hidden potential system crit, right? But, I mean, I think back to the 8th anniversary. I'm not sure if you guys remember. Just a flood. I had 25 crit on them, 50% chance to crit, and them boys never crit on the Spirit Bomb. I think I'm gonna, you know, like, I get crit, makes a lot of sense, because of the core breaker, which, you know, Gamma 2, like, that shit is going to hit hard. You crit and he does 45 million damage. It's going to be worth it. But I think I'm going to prioritize additional myself for the Gammas. Because I just really want to ensure I'm always ready to swap into the standby. Because, you know, if the orbs are good, you're never going to have issues. But what if orbs aren't good? Like, I want to make sure I've got that additional ready to go, so I can always do the standby on their second turn. I think dodge is another really good idea for this character. I guess really everything makes sense. You could talk me into raw attack. Raw defense makes sense. There's a lot of damage reduction all over. Crit makes sense because of the core breaker. Additionals make sense because of the getting the standby out quicker. And then dodge, obviously, would help them defensively as well. So, I mean, I would almost say the Gammas feel like a character, a real, true situation where there is no wrong build. There are characters where there's wrong builds. Don't argue with me, you will lose. I promise. Debate me live on the Summer Jam screen. I will tear your ass up. I promise. But the Gammas are a character where there is no wrong build. I do think so. I do think so. I think you have great arguments for any hidden potential system build you want to go for them, which means, by the way, that they are very well designed. That's what that means. So they have their standby, which just enters standby mode for 4 turns, and you charge with every attack done by allies. Very good charge condition, I think, because, you know, every character these days attacks 50 times. And then they have a great, oh my god, I just want to kiss this condition. I think it's very good. Either when HP is 70% or less, so we could do a turn 2, which we saw in the video, or after 3 attacks. And it's not, again, it's not super attacks, it's just attacks. So if you get 2 AGL orbs, and you do super, normal, it's fine. Because you still get what you want, which is this, and you also still get the damage reduction. Thank God Dokkan, like, I don't mind them giving the 70% chance additional, like, to be a super. This is fine, as long as they don't need the super specifically. If they just need to attack, it's whatever, right? I could live with it. Link set is Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, Hero of Justice, Signature Pose, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Oh, what, really? They're at 160% too? Yeah, they are. Wow, okay. I wouldn't have guessed that. Okay. Gammas are a 160% 12 key character. Again, there's less than 20 characters, I think, probably still that have that. And then 200% 24 key multiplier. Yeah, nice. I like the Gammas more and more. The more I think about them, the more I talk about them, the more I use them. I'm liking these boys a lot. All right, so categories. Because of Gamma 2's sacrifice, they just get like 50 additional categories on top of what the normal Gamma 1 and 2 have. So they're, of course, on Superhero. Again, the one thing I don't like about them is them leading Superhero. I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan. They're also on the Android team. So, I mean, the one good thing is they don't have, like, restrictions. I mean, they do support specific categories, but that doesn't mean we couldn't run. Like, they're a massive buff to the Android team. Make no mistake, right? We'll definitely, like, in the Gamma's long video, we'll definitely, like, rock the Android 21 team. Then these boys are also on Join Forces. They're going to be really good on Join Forces because, remember, they are a Join Forces support, so that kicks ass. They're also on the Movie Hero category team as well. Been a pretty crazy couple months for the Movie Hero category. They're also over here on the Artificial Lifeform team. Not a team that's gotten very many buffs. And then, I mean, you know, Super 17, I think, has kind of revealed himself to be the worst Dokkan Fest of 2023. I do think so. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I could find myself, I think, having more well, I mean, Turles is right there, dude. Turles, Super 17, it's tough. It's tough. Kale's got her dubs. Super Trunks, I mean, you know, if you get to transform Super Trunks, he's great. The thing is that Transform Super 17 is not, he's not Transform Super Trunks. He's not, you know, Kale. Like, that boy can get smoked. I don't know. Anyway, let's stop talking about Super 17. Then there's the Worthy Rival category team that they're on as well. Sure, that's fine. They're also on the Special Pose category team. That'll be good, you know, for any, like, special pose, potential missions, or anything like that. They're also over here on the Defender of Justice category team, too. Okay, very good. Then, yeah, dude, they have so many teams. This is Accelerated Battle right here? Yes. This is the team I would have, like, if I designed them, I would have given them this as their 200% leader skill. I think this would have worked really well. So there's that. They're also on, yeah, oh shit, that's good. Yeah, they're on Entrusted Will. Yeah, damn, that's awesome. Now, remember, the Tech Fusion Zamasu in the God Immortal event, the Gammas will obliterate Zamasu. Like, this is what Dokkan does. They'll release a tough stage or a tough mission, and, you know, if you can't beat it, you know, just be a little bit patient. They're going to drop a character who will absolutely own the stage. The Gammas and Beast, oh my god, they will brutalize Fusion Zamasu. Then there's also, they're on All Out Struggle. Another kind of one of these vague categories. Nice to get a great character added to it. And then don't forget Vegeta's about to get his EZA too. Then they're also on the Connected Hope category team. This is obviously, I mean, you look, this is a team that's gotten a lot of buffs in the last year. That's it. Connected Hope is insane. Just look at that screen. This is a good team. That's a good team. Then they're also on, oh, Final Trump Card, right? Yeah, Final Trump Card. Cool, cool. Always a fun category team. Then they're on Full Power. Oh, I didn't even realize they were on Full Power, too. Holy shit, dude. So they're on Broly's team, then. Okay. And then finally, they're on Battle of Fate as well. Again, remember, Superhero is the only movie that has Battle of Fate. No other movie does. Because remember, there's no Resurrection F or Battle of Gods characters at all scattered on there. I'm sure they could drop like a superheroes. No, LR God Goku is on Battle of Fate. All right, never mind. Well, yeah, and LR God Goku actually is from the movie, huh? Like they do kind of like specify that. No, LR God Goku is on Superheroes. No, I'm getting it mixed up. Yeah, LR God Goku is on Superheroes, so he's specifically from the Dragon Ball Super anime. Yeah, so again, anyway, the only characters on Battle of Fate. Oh, nope! Golden Frieza is on Battle of Fate. And he is the movie boss's version. Yeah, okay. Whatever. I'm just like rambling incoherently for no reason. Anyway, so we could do the standby, right? Very, very good condition, either when HP is under 70% or after 3 attacks in battle. And then, you know, quite a few things do change once we swap into the standby with Goat Matu right here. So let's just swip over. So then we go into the standby mode. So the 12 key super attack is pretty much the same. It's still just 30% attack and defense. 18 key super attack does become the Super Gamma Blaster, which 50% Meg Colossal damage, but now raises super class allies defense by 50% for 1 turn. That's pretty good. That's pretty helpful. Passive skill 1 and 2's resolution. So we get 6 key, 250% attack and defense, and 50% damage reduction at the start of turn. Very good. 50% attack and defense when attacking. Then Superhero Join Forces or Defender of Justice category allies 3 key, 50% of stats. And then they have the same orb mechanic as the base version does, which is 30% crit and guaranteed additional super per int orb, and then 12% chance to crit, and additional is a 70% chance to super per AGL and STR key spheres. We have the finish attack, which you could do when there's a charge count of 1, so basically just the next turn you could do it after you enter into the standby. And then it gives you 100% attack per charge count, which is per ally attack. Does super ultimate damage to the enemy, stuns them, and then exchanges you into Gamma 1. The stun, I guess you could potentially do this as early as turn 4, which we did do in this video. But still, I mean, turn 4 stun, I mean, Red Zone Cell, I guess, but like, it's, the stun is cool, but I don't know if it's going to have practical value in really tough fights. Well, you never know, though. 9th anniversary tough fights have been designed pretty well. Obviously, links and categories and stuff remain exactly the same. No difference there, right? That's all just the same. So again, after we do the standby finish with Gamma 2, we swap into Gamma 1 for kind of like the third transformation of the character here. And then Gamma 1 over here. So 12 key super attack is exactly the same. The 18 key super attack, so it's still Super Gamma Blaster, 50% attack and defense, med colossal damage, but now the super class allies buff, the defensive buff, is for 2 turns. Really nice. Passive skill, Entrusted Justice. So Gamma 1 gets 3 key, 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets 15% damage reduction start of turn. Then he gets an additional 3 key, 150% attack and defense, and 15% damage reduction when HP is 30% or more. Then he gets another 50% attack and defense when attacking. He gives the superhero, join forces, or defender or justice category allies 3 key, 50% of stats. Then he gets the additional super when attacking. That's really good. Just unconditional additional super. We love that. And then he changes EGL key spheres now to int key spheres. And he gets a 20% chance to crit up to 100% and 10% damage reduction up to 50% per int or STR key sphere. So if you get 5 int key spheres, which he creates, and your HP is above 30%, he'll have 80% damage reduction, 100% chance to crit, and he's giving the support, and he's hitting decently hard. And then not only does he have support for that turn, but he has 2-turn support as well. So, yeah, these LR Gammas are really quite good. I'm really pleased. I didn't realize this is so big because, you know, now they could just release a Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 card at some point, like a Dokkan Fest or something like that. And then they would link up with this unit. So that's awesome to see. So, yeah, these guys are super fun. And I thought they looked pretty damn good at 55%. These boys seem really crazy. And remember, they are a huge buff for the golden child of Dokkan, LR Beast Gohan. These guys will support him. They're going to work well with him. So, yeah, Gamma 1 and 2, these boys are crazy.